I'm Ebong.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Sonya.
And today we're dishing with you from Adore Restaurant and Lounge, located at 923 16th Street Northwest in the St. Regis Hotel.
And I'm really excited about the guest we have today. Is Rhett Butler, who finished 5th in the 2006 World Series of Poker main event.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I heard when it was a kind of a last minute thing, and I first heard that you were going to be on the show. I was like, oh my God, Rhett Butler! And I already knew who you were because we have a mutual friend. So, first thing is I want to ask you. I know we're going to get into a lot of the other things that you're interested in, but who do you, from the final table you see today in the 2009 World Series, who do you think has the best chance of winning the main event?
Phil Ivey is obviously the predominant favorite.
Correct.
He's got it all. He's the best poker player. I mean, I've played with him several times. He's a great player. And, and that guy.
What does that mean, best poker player? What does that mean?
There's a best face.
That dude is a monster.
There's the best BS.
He doesn't even wear glasses.
Well,
He doesn't wear glasses?
Poker just isn't about, it's about reading the players and reading it's seeing through somebody. It's like when I look at you, wow, beautiful girl, but you see something in them that gives their hands away sometimes. It's not about playing your cards as much as you would think. It's a lot more to that.
Well, when did poker become a thing? Because I think 5-10 years ago,
2003.
People were 2003.
Chris Moneymaker.
Chris Moneymaker.
Really?
You hit it on the head.
No.
I played poker for a living in the 80s. Matter of fact, right down the street at Connecticut Ave, we had a private called an underground game for years.
Ooh.
And so on the weekends we would play, and it wasn't very glamorous. And when Chris Moneymaker won, it changed. Everybody said, wow, I know I can play poker. This is the greatest thing. You're like movie stars.
Yeah.
And,
Is his name really Moneymaker?
His real name was Moneymaker.
Thank you. Here's my question. I'm sorry, 2 in a row. Chris Moneymaker, Rhett Butler. Fake names, real names.
Real names.
Real names.
See, the real reason he was excited to have you on is because he thought he was going to maybe
Gone with the wind.
Scarlett O'Hara was coming with you or something. No, do you get that a lot?
Well, I used to, but people are so illiterate now. It's not. It's funny. They don't know who the hell I am. You know, when I hire people, they don't know who that is. Like, oh, you're the comedian Rhett Butler. I say, nah,
No.
The baseball player. No, it was a fictional
Really?
character. But my great uncle was Clark Gable, so my mom thought that was so
Really?
cute.
Oh,
She thought that was
I didn't know
really
that.
cute. Yeah.
Oh, now we have even more questions.
I know,
Okay,
right?
let's go
Well,
back to the poker.
Back to poker.
Back to
I'm
the
just
poker.
kidding about the great uncle thing. That's what go ahead.
Okay, well, everybody knows the Kenny Rogers song, know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, right? How do you know when to hold 'em?
You know, you're kind of born. I was lucky. I went to a local high school here, Georgetown Prep, and I had the greatest math teacher. And you get odds, and I was a math kid. And all these guys now are mathematically inclined. And you get to know pot odds and sense things. And then I had good intuition for when people were actually playing something solid or they weren't.
Yeah.
And you learn, and it's a skill. There's not a lot of luck in a cash game over the long period of time. In tournaments, you get lucky.
True.
But when you play for a living and you're playing for your own money, it just you have something. It's an intuitive sense to when to fold.
Now, you do have another career. You do something during the day other than
No,
play
I have
poker.
an insurance agency. I've had that for 20 years now.
Oh, wow.
So I
But that's a gamble, too.
no, not as much as you would think. It's a lot of hard work. But I gave that up. The poker for a living. I played in the World Series in 1988
Oh, wow.
and hadn't played till 2006 till my friends talked me into it.
Okay.
And but I gave it up for family, children, because gambling or poker was looked at a bad thing.
Yeah.
It
But
wasn't
also
like it
too,
is
when
now.
you're playing, a lot of people who play professional cash games. You're not going to casinos. You're playing at home games. You're traveling around. Like, for example, I used to read books. I used to read Doyle Brunson and some of the other guys, and Emerald Slim. They'd always travel around and also be carrying guns because they're going to home games and not knowing.
It's different now. I play in a home game with all business people. Matter of fact, everybody there, except for 1 or 2 people, are much more. I'm going to say wealthy because that is the word. They all have their own private jets and things, and they love to play cards. And people have gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, the poker now, the players are much better than they were 20 years ago.
Correct.
And the kids are younger, and the money means nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't understand how these young kids are 23, 24 and losing $40,000 or $50,000 or winning a
Like
night.
Durr.
Sure, that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Because Phil Galfon's a local kid here.
Oh,
He
yeah,
grew
I
up
didn't know that.
A couple miles from my house, and he's regarded as one of the top players in the country. He won $2 million last year and $3 million the year before online. It's a lot of money for a 23-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, what about sponsors? You said you're playing with your own money. Do sponsorships play into that, and how do they?
I was sponsored by my friends, and I still am. But like Under Armour, for example, sponsored me at the final table, and they gave me free clothes and a little bit of stuff, and so they still done. I wore that when I played in the World Series of golf. And
Okay.
you have to be comfortable when you play poker. You have to be relaxed. You don't see many people wearing suits, or it's a comfort thing, and you don't want to let anybody see that you sweat too. And there's a lot of nerves.
That's true.
I
That's
would
true.
bet.
And,
I would bet.
No, it
Some
really
good
is.
wicking fiber really
No, that's
helps.
true. I mentioned earlier I played in this year in the '09 event number 4 World Series, which is I think it's $1,000 buy-in. But again, one of the questions I was going to ask you, I think I read earlier that Phil Hellmuth had mentioned that it's difficult to win tournaments for this particular reason. In my tournament that I played in, we had about 6,000 entrants, and I busted out about 970, 980, something like that, which is decent. But I had to play 10 hours straight of poker. Now, do you see? He thought that he didn't think there'd be another professional to win the main event. Do you agree with that?
Well, this year you have the guy from Card Player, Schulman, and you have Ivy. And Schulman, he probably is the favorite to win with his chip count, except for the guy from Maryland. I think somebody will win, but it's hard. It's a lot of luck. You're navigating around bad luck in tournaments.
Yeah.
In cash games, you can rebuy. I think there's more skill in a cash game personally, but these guys are doing it. So, another professional player will win, and it's amazing to me that these guys keep getting the final tables. I don't know how they do it. I mean, not being familiar with poker, that you wouldn't understand that. Wow, why don't you win? Like my friends, how do you get there again? You got to beat, 6,000, 7,000 people.
Exactly, and get a good run of cards.
Right.
Well, you've explained that they play on these games. They play Texas Hold'em.
Correct.
Why is it that Texas Hold'em has come out as the top style to play instead of 5-card stud or whatever else type of
Because it's
poker
the
you can
easiest
play?
for people to understand. It's best for TV. When they came out, the 2 cards down below, it's great for TV.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks they're an expert now. It's really just a variation of 7-card stud. That's all it is. But everybody understands Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
And it's drawn a lot of people. My mother-in-law watches poker on TV whenever it's on. She never played poker. She loves it now.
Yeah.
People have just been addicted to this card game now, and I don't think it'll change. I mean, the economy is bad, and poker actually has continued to do well.
Yeah.
So do you have one tip for us? Like, always hold on to the kings and aces or something? Like, what would you tell us, our one tip?
The one tip would be don't gamble over your head. A lot of people, a lot of people don't manage their money. And gambling is just like any other business. You have to have a business plan and stick to it.
Well, all this poker talk's already a little bit over my head. I'm glad everyone was here, and obviously glad you were here to tell us all about it.
I just love all the tells and everything, and now I'm going to really watch you and try and see if I can figure it out.
We hope we'll see you there at the final table again, and we'll be cheering for you.
So do a lot of
you and your Under Armour.
Me and my family and my friends too.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for being at our table, and as always, thank you for watching us. You can follow us on Twitter @TheDistrictDish, and don't forget to be our fan on Facebook.